Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is November of the 2018 season, or year, but welcome in. It is the day after Halloween, so we're going to be talking a lot about Halloween. I want to hear what everybody did for Halloween, especially myself. Got some stories from the past few weeks, and so what should we start with, Sarah? We're going to do food posts?
Yes, we're going to do food
right.
posts.
Oh, look at that. That is a bag of candy, one of which Sarah won't let me get.
Pixie got a bunch of candy to pass out for Halloween, but only one kid showed up. I guess I'll call this my haul for Halloween. Can't let it go to waste, right?
You knew Pixie.
Only one person?
Pixie
only
knew.
one kid?
Pixie was like...
Nobody showed up in my house.
Yeah. It was raining in Texas when I was over there for Halloween, but we didn't really plan on doing Halloween. But I heard some kids roaming around the streets.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
What were they doing out there?
Trick-or-treating.
Ah, troopers. Railroad Bronies says, for tonight I've got bow tie pasta with Monterey Jack cheese. Oh, that's what that is. That's cheese on top. I was like, that pasta looks really thin for bow tie. With Monterey Jack cheese on top and a lemonade.
Nice.
Hope everyone had a good Halloween.
Yes. I sat in...
Monterey Jack cheese with
boil.
pasta. What did you do?
A shrimp boil. It was very good.
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Big shrimp.
Big shrimp.
Alright, we got Nikki D. No pick of my costume, but I was a dressed out college student. Wait, that's every day. Anyway, semi-rough day, and the Sixers are stressing me out more than my coursework. Got some Kit Kats and semi-perfect pod to distress as I work on an exam. Well, good luck on all that stuff. College can indeed be stressful, but...
To distress. To de-stress.
I legitimately haven't been as stressed in my life since I left college. So it's never even come close.
College is about as bad as I can remember.
Yeah.
Not even at your work?
No, not even close.
Not even.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like, I've had moments. I can't speak for Hero, but I've had moments at work that lasted, like, maybe a day where I was like,
day, right?
Screwed.
Yeah.
Where, like, college is like, all right, it's first day of school, and then it just doesn't end.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's about to go to college, have fun.
It gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But at the same time, like, I don't regret the struggles I went through.
Drummer
They
Shy.
help you be a better person.
Drummer Shy says, I'm a healthy boy with a picture of salad. Nice.
That's not candy.
Wait a minute.
Depends.
Scroll back
Is
down.
there dressing on that salad?
There's bacon, I
There's
think.
There's dressing on the side.
There's more
healthy salad, blue cheese.
Right.
There's more croutons than there are salad.
You can unhealth that salad with the quickness. So I needed to know.
Yeah, you can make it worse than a burger.
I do. Like, that's my goal. Whenever I eat my greens, I'm like, still, I'm technically eating my greens. It doesn't mean I'm looking for a low calorie count.
And there's apparently bacon on that salad also. So
Nice bacon.
there's
I'm being
more
healthy, so you die
toppings
faster
than
from
salad.
me.
All right, and then Nora Mermaid having a cupcake and Starburst after a crazy 2 weeks. Nice.
And then we got two more. Rosie.
Got two more. Let's see. We've got, yes, Rosie. Not eating right now, but I wanted to show off this giant unicorn my grandpa randomly bought me at Walmart tonight. Her name is Persephone, and I love her. Persephone is adorable.
Eat Persephone. That counts. And then
Seamus
that didn't load well for us.
has a picture that won't load for us.
It looks
apparently.
like chocolate.
Has it loaded for anybody else?
Yeah, it's a lot of chocolate, like Milky Ways, Twix, M&Ms, and a bunch of ponies.
Ooh, eat those.
Oh, I actually have a Halloween story whenever we get
it's
around
loading.
to it.
Loading ever so slowly.
Good lord.
How many gigabytes was this picture, Seamus?
I don't think it's that big. Let me open
It's so
image in your
weird
tab,
because
see
it's
how
like
big it is.
our computer's really struggling.
Oh Jesus, that is a big picture.
Okay.
Why did you upload such a big picture? Like I opened the image in a new tab. It's huge.
Here's my
Let me open a
4K
new tab. How do I open it in a new tab?
view image. Second.
View
down.
image.
I don't think this is gonna work. You're gonna crash this whole stream.
Okay, well, it looks great.
It sounds delicious.
Sounds...
Here, I'll just like screen cap it and put it in Discord.
Thank you, Paleo. Thank you. I want to see
so that
this.
way you guys can see it.
Oh, I think it's trying to open it.
No.
Oh, cannot be displayed because it contains errors.
Okay, there you go.
Halloween was a
we're gonna see it
mistake.
on the Discord.
I can't believe
Nice.
a picture through errors. That's nutty to me.
I see a Twix and some M&Ms, and then mostly ponies.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly ponies and Spike.
Yeah.
He's a pony.
He's really is. He is a pony. Hey, so we don't have MLP episodes to talk about. Actually, technically, one did come out, but we haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it.
Is it? You guys are like me. You wanted to wait till like, isn't it like a holiday thing?
Yeah, it's a Christmas thing.
So
Is it a Christmas thing? Oh, that's excellent. I'll just wait.
let's save ourselves for marriage.
Let's save ourselves for Christmas.
I gift wrapped you my virginity. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna have to manually look at the SPP Halloween tag so I don't miss anything.
all right. So Sarah's
Someone said
Sarah's
there was-
checking in on the costumes.
Do you want to? Oh yeah, week.
All right, so let's talk about how obviously we'll talk about Halloween and whatnot, but last 2 weeks ago we had a podcast. What have you guys been up to since then? Anything new?
Work.
Okay.
I released a big video of a series of video I'm doing.
How
where
big?
It's like 20 minutes.
Oh.
It's a series of videos I'm doing where I'm reviewing every season of Adventure Time, and I
Ooh.
released the first one of the first season
Nice.
like last weekend.
I like
So,
it.
yeah. And something it's not quite Halloween related, but it came out near Halloween. I did a review on Castlevania, and I watched through that the second season of Castlevania on Netflix. It's really good. Right, Saber.
I loved it, man. Sarah, are you in Castlevania?
No. I mean,
show's
like,
really good.
Ellie.
it's
You-
not
you
that
played a
it.
lot.
Yeah, I haven't watched it or played it.
Yeah,
It's good.
You don't really need to play the games to
Oh,
understand
okay.
the
And
show.
they're hard anyway.
Yeah.
Games are stupid hard. If you're trying to speedrun them, I guess.
I know who that is.
Yeah, there was a lot of posts that I didn't see coming through the hashtag, so I'm.
It's because Halloween's hard to spell.
Fixing that right now. All right.
And another thing
Yes.
that I did, which was actually on Halloween, but it wasn't exactly Halloween related. So Toby Fox released a follow-up to Undertale on Halloween, and for free for people to download. So I played through it.
I showed up to
Is
play
that what that
one
game
tomorrow.
is? What's it called?
What?
Like there's
Delta
a,
Rune.
yeah.
Delta.
I haven't seen anything about it, and I want to check.
Yeah,
Keep it that way.
yeah. You should play it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
From the little bit I played, yeah, don't see anything about it because
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
so
was
far,
watching
so.
Hero play earlier.
Nice.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Maybe I'll stream it at some point. Maybe
There you go.
next week.
Do it. Yeah. Hero, how have your 2 weeks been?
I went on a date
Oh.
and I got rollerblades. Ha.
You got laid? Is that what you said?
Rollerblades.
Oh, that's cool too. Rollerblades, yeah.
Rollerblade.
Basically the same level of excitement, man. Like,
Hey man. No. It's so that's cool. You got rollerblades. Did the date go well?
yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Good.
Mhm.
Happy. Anything else? See, those were two good things. That was much better. I think the last like 4 times we've gone over stuff, we're all complaining about work. I like dates and rollerblades. What about you, Saber?
Work. Just
Whether or not
Busy.
that was intentional, that was funny.
It's just work, man. It's always work.
Yeah.
I haven't played video games in like I think 3 or 4 weeks. I don't
Yeah.
know what those are anymore.
You just played Doom like last week.
2 weeks or so.
I
Shut up,
mean,
nerd.
like your arcade mode.
Shut up, geek.
Ooh. But is he a geek,
Go play-
a nerd,
Go
Go
or
back
a
to watching
dork?
shitty animated movies.
Go back to crying over your Mario Direct and how Luigi's not in it.
Mario Direct.
I'm sorry that Sans Undertale isn't in Super Smash.
Oh, it is so good. He's not.
I do love how his name's now Sans Undertale. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's Sans Undertale. Paleo introduced. Not introduced. That's not the proper word. But we were talking earlier this week about how like there's this meme format going around where it's like imagine blah 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 blah, and it's basically a diss like meme where like there's one where it's like imagine where when you play an instrument it hurts your fingers and had somebody playing guitar with like band-aids on their fingertips, and it's like this meme sponsored by a piano game.
Yeah.
What?
This was posted by Piano. Yeah, there's one that I posted in here about pancakes and waffles.
Yeah, where it's like,
Yes.
imagine that your toppings on your
Yeah.
breakfast slides off because there's not enough divots. Or, this means sponsored by Waffle Gang. Basically, it's just a way to put people down and be like, yeah, and I'm the reason. We're the guys who called you out. Like,
I don't understand how the internet's anymore.
It's like some of the memes I see these days where it's like just a picture of like a dolphin sitting on a toilet and you're like, what happened?
Tyler likes that one.
I know he does. What about you, Sarah? You're 2 weeks. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been in Texas pretty much since the last time.
Texas!
Texas. It's been rainy over there. But yeah,
Hey, SpongeBob!
just visiting family.
SpongeBob, what am I?
Stupid.
No! Oh, wait, I just realized I was doing it as the wrong person. Oh, well. Texas!
What's the difference? But yeah, visiting family, helping mom with things around the house, all that stuff. You
Yep.
had dad's memorial.
Why does Patrick have such an intense opinion on Texas? Now that I think about it, like, what did Texas do to him?
Didn't they hate Texas because
they were trying to lure Sandy to the Krusty Krab because they put together a Texas-themed party. So they had all the other ways that they tried to, have her come to the party failed. So they decided to go the route of taunting her. And so she was like chasing them to the Krusty Krab and like basically killed Patrick.
That was one of the funniest episodes. I remember as a kid, like, just the perspective of seeing Patrick screaming as he's being yanked backwards.
Yeah.
Like,
the mushroom.
like, as
And
a
it
kid,
explodes. doesn't
I
it?
loved it as a kid, and the best part, as an adult, I still fucking love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
Oh yeah, she was leaving the Bikini Bottom because she missed Texas so much.
yeah.
Don't you dare take the name of Texas in vain.
I didn't even know what that meant as a kid. I'm like, what does she mean vein? Like arteries? Whatever.
Yeah. Like Sarah mentioned, during our last 2 weeks, we also went to the memorial for her dad out in Texas. It was the first time I met a lot of your extended family.
Yeah.
So a lot of them were out there.
Yeah, he hadn't met a lot of family on my dad's side, so I mean, it should have been under better circumstances, but
Yeah. No, there was like, I think the craziest moment for me at this whole memorial is I'd seen pictures of again, her dad's name's Willie, and I've seen pictures of Willie's brother. His name's
Randy.
Yeah, and But, like, seeing him walk in, like, my heart nearly stopped because he looks so much like your dad to me. Like, I'm just like
as a person that hasn't, seen Randy.
I was like,
years.
I was literally like, holy shit. So, like, when he came up and shook my hand, I was just like, that got me, like, kind of like, like, wow, this is incredible. And I think, so, if you don't mind, I'd love to share at least the beginning of his speech.
Yeah.
So, one thing I always admire with memorials or funerals is when family members are able to get up, and obviously, like, a lot of people are, crying, feeling bad, feeling sad, but able to get up and still kind of lighten up the mood.
Yeah.
And so, again, Sarah's dad's name is Willie, but so was his dad.
Yeah.
Right? So he was.
My dad was a junior.
So her dad's actually Willie Jr., and they grew up in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And everybody called him Buster.
Yeah.
And I always just knew it as like, oh, it's a nickname. But he explained why this nickname came to be is because in Mississippi, if you're a junior, instead they call you like, oh, hey, it's Little Rob or Little Jim. So
it's Little Willie.
Little Willie.
So they had to, find a nickname or something.
Buster. But I just love that. Little Willie. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, that wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, it was a very nice memorial, though. And like I said, it was a chance for me to meet a lot of the family that we're going to be seeing in a couple weeks here for the wedding. Oh my God, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Isn't the next podcast supposed to happen the week of that?
Probably. Let me see.
It totally is.
The wedding.
It totally is.
Oh wait.
I gotta buy my wedding clothes.
It's okay. You've got so much time.
How hard is
I'm gonna knock that tomorrow.
Move a wedding. I feel like that'd be really hard.
It's pretty hard.
To move a wedding?
Yeah, get ready to start paying for your deductibles and shit.
I like how Heroes.
Take the wedding and move it somewhere else.
Heroes. I wonder, like, Hero. I hope you were suggesting that we change the wedding so we can have the podcast.
I mean,
Yeah.
That is why I asked. Yes.
We'll have to move the podcast to either that Tuesday or maybe even.
Are you gonna be here?
You're going to move the podcast instead of the wedding.
I'm gonna be here Tuesday.
You'll be here.
But that's also when I think. Oh wait, no. Mom and Hillary come in Tuesday. So should we do it that Monday?
we good.
Okay.
Is Monday good? Is Monday a clear day?
Yeah.
All right. So prepare for another weird schedule.
Yeah.
And then it gets just as weird because I think 2 weeks after that, aren't we gone?
Let's see. Let's see.
Guys. Marriage is just...
No, that's right before our honeymoon. The 28th. That's right before our honeymoon.
That means we can do the podcast.
Yay.
Otherwise, we were going to have to cancel the honeymoon.
No, and then we were going to miss the podcast on December 12th.
Okay.
So,
that's yeah.
Because we'll be on a cruise at that point.
We'll yeah. So, stay tuned. We'll keep y'all updated. So... I am trying to think of. Do you have any other stories or anything? Or.
No.
Okay.
I'll just keep that one between us.
You sure?
I don't know. Shit. Okay, well, I'll tell it.
Okay.
So I went with Mom to the funeral home and crematorium to pick up Dad's ashes. We're gonna spread them at some point, but so it was raining outside, and I've got, we hop in the car, and I've got Dad's ashes like in my lap, and I'm like holding it very snugly, and Mom decides, oh yeah, it's raining, let's just get on the freeway. It's a lot faster.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, like not even 2 seconds when we're on the freeway, someone just like kisses their brakes, and Mom like slams on hers. And I'm like holding on to my dad's urn for dear life. I'm like, Mom, get off the freeway.
You just see things go flying.
No.
Just hold on.
I held very tightly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was a story I told Jeffrey just before the podcast.
Yeah,
but,
Sarah was reenacting if she ever jumped out of a helicopter with a rope. She'd be like, ah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I know I have a story, but I might save it for after our Halloween, looking at some Halloween things. But
Okay.
yeah, anyone else, or shall we move on to Halloween?
I got a Halloween story.
Oh,
I was at Laura and I went to a friend's house, and they're having a little bit of a Halloween party. They're in a nice neighborhood, so lots of kids there. I think that's been the trend. I'm not sure. I'll have to perform a study. I won't do that because I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go ahead and talk like I have know the facts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's this. The children, there's less trick-or-treaters in areas that aren't good for trick-or-treating, and a lot more in areas where there's good candy.
Yeah.
And the neighborhood I was in, bless you, gross, got boogers all over my keyboard.
Sorry.
The neighborhood we were in, super fancy, super nice, and the lots of kids, they come in waves. Like it's like there's like it feels like a seismic wave just hitting the house, like a fucking volcano went out in the Pacific. You're like, oh my god, here it comes, and just. That being said, this one family came up, and because there were like 10 people at the party, and we take shifts going to the door. And one of the times I went up to the door to give candy out, there was this dad walking with his daughter, and he goes, the daughter reaches for the candy, and she digs her hand to the bucket, kind of just going for it. She's like, maybe what, like, I don't know, 5. And the dad goes, honey, what did we say? And she just kind of stops and pauses, and she's kind of, oh, I have a peanut allergy. To which the dad just face palmed, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And mind you, she's reaching out with a bag of peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. I mean, that's an important thing to disclaim, but like,
yeah. It was adorable, and it was like that's so cute. Like, I thought it was hilarious. So like, that's like the living definition of childhood, like bliss, ignorance, and innocence. So it's like,
what do we say?
What do you say, honey? I have a peanut allergy. And the dad's reaction was just what sealed the deal. So you got face palm. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like you said, Sarah. It's like of all things, I'd rather not kill a kid, allergy wise versus trick or treat. That's the real pertinent information here, so good job.
So maybe the kid was right after all.
Well, the dad says no. He put the peanut M&Ms down, and then they walked up with Reese Pieces. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's on your hands, bro.
Those aren't real peanuts, right? Well, Sarah, shall we dive into the costumes that people had?
yes, let me switch screens.
Keep talking. I'm gonna check on Lammy quickly.
You know what's funny is I kept it up on the start soon screen. Hey,
Everyone's like, wow, they're really taking their time.
Really taking their time starting the podcast. All right, Twitter screen.
Who's that?
That's I had a brain fart. Shit.
Hey.
Like a Sister Kiwi.
Yeah, there you go. But who's the girl?
Like,
who's the girl?
It's funny.
Ha ha ha.
We'll get to that. Her poster.
The girl's Rainbow Dash.
I made that.
Oh, you're looking at moments. I was looking at like the latest. We're not the.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the moments. Let me link that to y'all.
We're having a moment. Side note, just real quick, Ponyville Cider Fest happened this past weekend.
Yeah.
Looked like a lot of people had a good time, so I hope we're there again. It's funny, I was keeping track of Twitter the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a big announcement, like during.
There was a
Cider
big
Fest.
announcement.
Yeah.
MLP MSP is coming back, so it can end.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool.
Okay.
I love MLP MSP.
Yeah. Alrighty, shall we get into it?
I'm trying to think.
Can I share something with you all quickly?
Yes.
Sure.
No.
All right. So, is there a piece of media that you know if you ever watched it, it will make you cry, or at least emotional?
Up.
Up. Okay.
Whisper of the Heart.
Song of the Sea.
Oh, that's a good one, Paleo. That's a good one.
Titanic.
Really, Titanic?
Once.
That's not. That's not.
Actually, I'm going to edit my answer.
We don't have
Made in Abyss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what did
That
you
one
say?
was definitely Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss. Yeah.
Well, I think my answer.
Oh, so you didn't really want to know our answers. You just wanted to tell us your answer.
That's my answer. Oh, it's all over my microphone. Hold on.
What was that?
It was a sneeze. He like sneezed right in his
Just
mouth.
got
like,
that
right into the
microphone, you dingus.
Yes, Saber, what are you, me?
Wow. There's so much hostility.
Yeah, Paleo's a butt. But I was gonna say, the reason why I ask is there's one that gets me, at least gets my eyes a little bit like on the verge of just tears, and it's so weird. It's the goddamn Super Bowl Budweiser ad where the little like puppy gets lost and trying to find its way home, and they're playing, I would walk, like they're playing like a quieter version of that, and there's a wolf that's like, I'm gonna eat that puppy, and the horses are like, no. And I'm like, they saved the puppy. And I'm like, why am I emotional at this? It's so stupid, and it's predictable. It's basic, and it gets me. And I tell you, if I ever need to start crying, like I pop that up and watch like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh.
If we're talking about something as short as a commercial, I think there's one company that always gets me with their commercials, and it's
Golden Corral.
That's the one.
I was gonna say Taco Bell, but yeah, there goes my joke. So whatever.
Alright.
Stole it.
Golden Corral's actually.
Shall we actually go through these Halloween costumes?
Sarah, what food franchise makes you cry?
Anything with bread.
I don't know.
Olive Garden.
Sure. Sure.
Race, do you eat olives at all?
I used to. Do you want to know why I don't anymore?
Why?
Because one day it was at like a family get together at our house, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna pound down as many olives as I possibly can, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I ate over 100 olives, and I got to double check to see if that's how many I ate. Because I saw
How many kidney stones did you have afterwards?
it didn't go out that end, or
How many kidney stones did you have afterwards?
and none, because I saw all the olives again like an hour later. I never ate
Okay,
olives.
let's go.
Literally,
to
it was
submissions.
it's like if you just took a can of olives and just dumped them in your bathroom all over the floor.
All right.
That's
all
what
right,
they don't digest
all
right.
Dude,
It's like
that's cool,
trying
dude.
to punch somebody, but they're not even flinching. That's what it's like, Sarah.
All right, let's go through these.
So I never really
Costume.
liked olives after that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So these are we're trying to do these annually, where we have our listeners submit their Halloween costumes and we look over them on the podcast because we're curious. We want to know what you dressed up as for Halloween.
Yeah. What did you dress up as, Sarah?
Are they cutting out or is it just me?
Oh, are we cutting out?
No.
Do you all hear? Maybe it's me actually. Hold on, I'm sorry. Keep talking. All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
fix some things over here.
All right, so first up, we got a video from Railroad Bronies. I'm gonna
Unmute it so I
yes,
can
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
unmute it. 1 sec. I'm gonna wait for it to play back. Harmonizing. Very cute.
One of those guys has me very convinced that he's actually a railroad enthusiast.
Yeah. I feel I feel like the guy on the far left is Tommy in a demolition derby.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Guys, bear back. I gotta restart. Hold on, bear back.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Alright. So here's another submission from the Railroad Bronies.
Now that's a railroad brony there.
Right there. That is a genuine Railroad Brony.
In a railroad shop.
Yep. Hatsune Miku. Nice. What was that noise?
Oh, sorry.
And then
It was me.
Rainbow Racer Dash is...
It really is Tommy in a demolition
Yeah,
derby.
okay. Sugar Pine Railroad Conductor, Hatsune Miku, and Rainbow Racer Dash. Those are awesome costumes. Thank you so much for submitting. We love them.
Love it.
They're so good. And then we've got Sister Kiwi with a video of her riding a horse. That's fucking cool.
As Rainbow Dash, by the way.
Here's a video of us strutting or while trotting our stuff.
Wait a minute. It's Rainbow Dash riding Rainbow Dash.
Yeah. He definitely wanted to go as fast as Rainbow today. Maybe he wanted to do a Sonic Rainboom. Whoa.
Make it happen.
Let's see if it's possible for a real horse to do a Sonic Rainboom.
Where are the wings on the horse?
It's the saddle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's another picture. Looking awesome. Couple more pictures. That's so dang cool.
That's a big horse.
For you.
Well, I mean, Sister Kiwi is a smaller individual too, so
Yeah.
it's like the horse is actually a pony.
That's a nice horse. That's one of the takeaways that I've gotten from the Red Dead Redemption trailers. That's a nice horse.
All I've seen is that you could pet a dog in it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, real quick, we've got a super chat from Tom Whitfield. Any of you played Humongous Entertainment games?
It is not time for Q&A.
Well, but we got it, and I was wanting to read it.
Okay, so we did get it. Thank you, Tim, so much. Like we tell everybody.
Oops.
Hi. When we do the
Good Lord.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
What the hell?
He was in the.
It's like
The Walking Dead. Okay.
And I am his greater patcher.
Do we want to get to this later? Then I can probably pull
Yes,
it up. Okay.
yes, precious,
Yes. Okay.
yes.
So I'm at Barn. Everyone dressed up, and decided to dress myself and my horse Charlie up as Rainbow Dash. This costume was super fun to ride and jump in. Nice.
You know what my favorite Gollum moment is?
What?
By the way, I just want to mention to Tim, we will get to your
Yes,
question.
We will get to your question.
And for anyone else that wants to submit a question through Super Chats, we always keep those questions as our top priority.
Yes.
That being said, I think my favorite Gollum moment is when he goes. That's great.
Keep your nasty chips. I think that's my favorite.
What's his taters, precious? What's his taters?
Oh my god, you're too good at that. Alright, we got Jessica McCartney. This year I'm gonna go as Fluttershy. Since I dressed up as Pinkie Pie 5 years ago, it would make sense to dress up as another Andrea Libman character. Nice. Fluttershy.
Wait, I gotta assess.
With an angel bunny.
Bunny.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a stupid question. Is that a real bunny?
No.
Okay.
It's a stuffed bunny.
I knew it was stupid.
Do real bunnies blush like that?
Yes. I've seen
Yeah,
nature documentaries.
I've seen it in the wild world of this.
And you call yourself a Judy Hopps fan.
Wow.
She's got some trophies in the background. She's a winner.
Yeah.
I knew that was
That's
a
something. I
dumb
don't know
question before I even asked.
Then we've
Do
got
bunnies blush? You don't like in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Nora Mermaid.
Your blushes from touches.
A rule. What is this rule? Rule 63?
Rule 35.
Rule 63,
Oh, wait.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
Rule 63
it would be yes.
Black Griffin looks awesome.
Heck yeah.
Got
Hopefully-
every detail.
Hopefully they let Nora perform as Gabe.
And then Gabe's reaction.
She performed on
This year I did something crazy and dressed up as a gender-bent rock star version of Black Griffin's Pony OC, and along with Gabe's reaction to my costume.
Awesome.
Was the convention going on during Halloween?
It was
This
close
before
enough.
Halloween.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it's
close
close
enough.
enough.
Though.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh. I was like, my reactions, if they sound mean, or like weird, it's because I am playing a mobile game while also, and I'm fighting a boss, and it just jumped on me, and it just one-shot me, and I was
Maybe not the best time to be looking at pictures and also playing the game.
wow.
That means
Be like-
Saber's doing it too.
Well, look
That-
what it
that-
is. Race.
I do the same thing when I look at porn and judge pictures. I'm like, oh.
I asked Sarah, I'm like, are they going to be able to see the stuff on the other screen while we're doing this podcast?
God, stop it. Alright, we've got Hirosashii, who is Race for Halloween.
Now that's some good porn
That's a
right
good
there.
one. Like, he even got the face right.
His shirt is even faded like yours.
Yeah, he needs to wash it like a couple hundred more times,
Yeah.
but he's on the right track.
Yep.
That's like, hey, I'm gonna do a Bronies React level or stage for that shirt.
Do you still have that shirt, or did you you lose it?
No, I still have it. I don't get rid of anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because for some reason I have this weird memory that you lost it somehow.
I lost it.
You lost it too.
No, I lost a Brony shirt, but it was a black one that has a rainbow dash on it, but it
Oh, I have that one. You want it?
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's
I don't really wear that one anymore.
oh
It's like a large.
oh no I got another one. I thought you meant you had mine. I was like, what the hell? I've been holding on to that. Check if that shirt. Do you have it near you?
It's in the other room.
Is it a shirt that you bought?
Yeah.
We might be thinking of two different shirts because I was gonna say
No, I think of the same shirt.
if
Yeah, it's like the same kind of shirt. It's like, yeah, it just has like brony. It's like a black shirt with a brony, but it's like an outline of the word brony, and it has like rainbow dash under it.
I think so. Because
Yeah.
mine had a hole in the front, which means I was gonna have to get a new one anyways.
Alright, can we get back to the Halloween costume?
Sarah, this is important. I thought Paleo stole from
I'm
me.
gonna butcher half of the names that are
All
in
right.
this post.
I'll help you. I got
You
this
wanna
since
read the-
I am
okay.
fluent in Spanish. So,
Uh,
happy Halloween! Me and my friend dressed up as Shishio, Makoto, and
but
Bue.
can you read their username?
It's a silent double T.
Okay.
Bue.
But who
Bouet.
submitted it?
Who submitted it?
Yeah. Can you read?
Oh shit. Einars Feldmanis.
I've been working on the railroad.
We apologize if we did not say your name right.
No, I said it right.
Einars? Einars? I don't know what the
I feel so bad.
straight line above the A does.
It means it's not like a gay A. It's a straight A.
Alrighty. Thank you for your submissions. They look awesome. I'm going to scroll up so we can see them
These are great.
properly. They are very good. Alright.
You doing all right?
And then we got Aleximus Prime.
Whenever anyone asks me what does it mean if something has a straight line or whatever, I always answer that way. That means it's not gay.
Okay, we
'Cause
got
it's
Aleximus Prime as Optimus Prime
Oh my gosh.
with a hat.
With a hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like it. And a nice painting of a cottage.
Yes, in the background.
Very nice.
Very nice. Thank you for yours.
Whoa.
Optimus Prime is as a Black Griffin and
Oh.
Michelle Krieber fan. Alright, then we've got... Oh, this is a Princess Deadpool.
Except not
I
Princess
recognize
Deadpool.
the face. And dressed as... Who is this? Ruby. Ruby character. The Birdman himself. Crow Branwen.
Yo,
Pretty cool.
sick.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got one of his fans in the background.
Wow. Shut up.
Oh my god.
Scroll down.
Very awesome, Princess Deadpool.
Love it.
Then we've got, I think this is another Railroad Brony submission. This is their Halloweeny train set.
I love it. I love that.
Nice.
That's cool.
Fucking awesome.
I love train
Sick,
sets.
man.
Your yard is awesome. Nice.
And then
For
everyone's...
Halloween, we did a Halloween train layout for
What's the
trick or
guy in the
treaters.
right supposed to be?
Just upstanding
Just a guy.
gentleman.
That's just the guy.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy.
I loved him in that one movie.
Then we've got Anime Guy. Here's my Lyren or Liren from Ruby cosplay with a Keyblade.
Wait, Ruby?
Ruby. RW. BY.
Is that how you say it?
It's Ruby, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you say it? I've always
Yeah.
said the letters.
I did that. I did that on a sponsorship one, so I was like, "Oh, y'all can go check out on RWBY on Verve. I love this show.
I watch it all the
I
time.
watch the time. Just make sure you give me money. Bye.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of DJ Pone 3.
Saberspark, it's pronounced Ruby.
Well, it's spelled wrong.
Yeah, a lot
It was
of
made by the guys from Rooster Teeth. They don't know how to spell.
a lot of Ruby costumes. Awesome.
Wait, scroll back up.
They've got a little puppet in the background. That's cool. That's probably from
Nice.
the one place that closed in New York Square.
You know,
I
that's
can't
a...
remember the name of it.
There's a very...
Schwartz. FAO Schwartz.
There's a very ominous "there is no place like home." Like
Yeah, that looks very ominous.
doesn't it? Like I'm just like, holy sh-
Well, the
shnikes.
decapitated puppet also kind of makes me.
That's kind of like how most puppets look like, though.
What's that at the bottom left
Wait,
corner?
bottom left corner. There's like a thing
That's
that looks like
Arthur.
Arthur.
That's Arthur.
Nice.
Dude, I'm loving this. It's like fucking like, where's Waldo? I'm gonna keep looking around here.
Good
Cute
stuff.
little snow globe on the top right
Well,
shelf.
thank you for sharing.
That's cool. Alright, so this next image is just some. This looks like an actual like. I'm not trying to be mean, but this is like a cursed image in my opinion. Lights from the cursed image.
It's from Seamus.
Fucking love it, dude. This is the best picture so far. You're doing the meme pose, so you know what you are.
Yeah, you know how to do it to him. That's a very cute baby picture on the left.
This picture was taken at 9:51.
Yeah.
Well, it says that.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're very nosy people.
Yes.
It looks like you were actually a white baby, but considering my deductive reasoning.
We've got Tomcat. Decided to be Stitch.
Oh, Hanam's family.
Family means potatoes. Family means jumbo potatoes.
You keep your
My name's
nasty
Stitch.
chips.
I'm Snickle. They just start kissing each other.
Oh my god.
I can't
Thank
swim.
you, Tomcat, for your submission.
Wait, scroll back up.
Okay.
All right, let's assess
Wait.
this one. So
A house is not a home. Wait. Without a yellow lab. Nice.
they have a bag of trash.
They do have a bag of trash. You need to take that trash out.
That's what our kitchen looked like up until about 5 minutes before you got home.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to make it look like I've totally been taking care of the apartment while Sarah's been gone. So I threw everything over our balcony.
You
It's
did
either a
it.
very small canoe or you are a giant.
This is an interesting house setup. Is that a bathtub?
Yeah,
Straight on back?
that's probably like a room
Something-
with a bathtub in the
Yeah, it's
middle
probably
of
For
it.
some reason, this house reminds me of the Steven Universe house. I don't know why.
I like the wooden pillar. We're a bunch of apartment creatures.
Yeah,
We're trying
yeah.
to have
I didn't
hope.
even notice the wooden pillar until you pointed out.
So for
I
the
was like,
record, am I the only one that would totally, if this was my
Strip on it?
if
Yeah.
this was my apartment, like now, I would get stuck in between the pillar and the wall because I'd find it
yeah, I was like
necessary
trying to get through it.
to always try and fit through that gap.
Also, Tomcat, are you wearing like, I don't know, I see your shoes and they kind of remind me of like snowshoes for some reason. I don't know why.
I think those are sandals.
What- yeah, they're just sandals.
Sweet dude.
What?
Tomcat,
Is that what they wear up in Virginia? I'm like,
West Virginia.
oh,
West Virginia.
West
Very
Virginia.
good distinction.
Shenandoah River.
The song that was used in every movie this year.
Yeah, in every trailer, pretty much.
Don't do that to me. I will
Not in the
send it.
trailers, just in every movie.
But it was used in like 2 game trailers.
Mountain, something in the breeze.
Alright, I think this is Rosie Diamond. Let me just double check and make sure. Rosie Diamond, yes. Cowboy fanboys falling in love. 3, 2, 1. This year I dressed up as Chus Watkins, the mascot for Steel Vengeance, my favorite coaster.
Wait a minute. What the hell was that? That was a piano.
Music.
That's Hero, probably.
It was a music.
It was not.
Quiet Storm just said in the chat. Now
Wait,
we see
then
the.
what was the piano?
I don't know. I'm upstairs.
You're the only one with the piano here.
Maybe someone put on Country Roads.
But Quiet Storm says, now we see the downside of showing pictures of yourself on the internet in your place of residence. I disagree. I say
You
this-
don't want us to pick out every single.
No,
feature
we're
feature?
showing the potential that your living quarters have.
The
Uh-huh.
potential to get stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I just gotta say, for Rosie Diamond's costume, that is the deepest cut I've ever seen for a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Mascot
cool,
for
though.
a roller coaster.
Yeah. It's cool though. I like it.
That's a mascot for a roller coaster?
Yeah.
What roller
The
coaster?
Steel Vengeance. I don't know. Oh, at Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
Nice.
Nice.
That's cool.
It looks
That
awesome.
house in the background, I think, is for sale.
No, I think those are campaign ads.
Oh yeah, they are campaign ads.
Yeah.
It's Saber.
Here, turn off your music.
Yep.
What happens if YouTube detects music during a live stream?
I
West
don't know.
Virginia.
Well, let's sing over it, I guess.
Is this song public domain?
No.
Of course it is.
Wait, did you ask if this was from Gone from the Wind?
No, public domain.
Yep. 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 You got it.
What a
It's
good.
actually from It's from Balto.
West Virginia is not a dog, but maybe a wolf is.
Alright. You
I'm
really bent that quote to fit your agenda.
I like that one dog who was like wanting to bang.
Went to
like,
heaven.
No. The one. No, not that one. That one.
Steel?
I mean that one girl dog who has like the big
Oh.
puffy chest. She's like, "Oh, still," and he's like, I wish we're dying. I mean, that's
Yeah, the
You know
one
what I'm
little
talking about?
dog.
This is-
Yeah,
It goes to the boy.
yeah, I forget what her name is, but like, she's like, oh, this old thing?
Yeah, she
Well,
and
Jim Cummings was the voice of Steel, I think.
Yeah.
And he was like really like I love how he was like slurping his words. We were.
dude, she only wanted to bang him until like he was found.
Let's see if I can find
She
this
got
dog's
forest
name.
fever.
Oh wait,
What's that?
maybe it's Rosie. No, it's not Rosie. Shit, that's a
Exactly what
kid.
that is.
I'm
No, here I'll
stupid.
find it. I know.
Stella? Wait, no, that's the fucking snow goose.
This is Snow Goose.
Oh, wait, 3 huskies and Malamutes who rode. Okay.
It's not
Where's-
gonna be those.
Now it's the elderly wolf.
I'll know it once I see it.
Cody, Aleo,
But maybe a wolf can.
Boris. Jenna. You're scrolling way
Is it
too fast.
Jenna?
You can see. No,
No, that's
the the main.
Yeah, that's the.
that's
other
the
one.
who.
Right.
That's who.
The
Who?
main female dog.
The bitch.
No.
Female dog.
Sorry, that's literally
Wait.
Dipsy.
Wait.
It's got to be Dipsy.
Maybe it's Dipsy.
Dipsy is an obese. Nope, that's not her.
Dixie and Sylvie are a pair of female dog gossipers in Balto. Dixie is a Pomeranian. It's Dixie. Okay. She's the little... That's the one.
That name makes so much
Sylvie
sense.
is the Afghan hound, the one with the very long face.
The one who's like, oh, that's Dave. I love Saber's impression though of Steel coming in after.
All right, let's. We're almost.
The Pomeranian is a breed of dog.
We got a broken image.
It's okay. I know who this is.
Oh, there it is. We've got.
I know who that is.
Capper Dapper Paws.
Capper Dapper Paws.
This year I win his
That
name.
sounds like the name of the guy who the Goonies find. It's Capper Dapper Paws.
Wait, what movie is he watching in the background?
Goonies, probably.
Goonies? Oh, wait.
No, I don't know.
Maybe It or Stranger Things? I don't know. I don't recognize that kid.
It looks like a young Luke Skywalker. Capper Dapper Paws.
That's a
Instead of
cool costume.
Chester Copperpot is the name of the guy in the Goonies. Sarah's never seen that.
Those are some ears.
Yeah.
Yo, we got.
Where's the shot of his tail? There's a picture that it's gone missing. There's a guy that I know who dressed up as Nick Wilde, and I don't know if he knows how much I love Zootopia, so I'm like, I should tell him. I should say, hey.
Or you could admire from afar.
Nope.
No,
Not my
okay.
style.
Who dis? We got Kabari Art Fellow, not exactly game accurate, but hey, I'm satisfied with it since it's just Halloween costume. Zelda from Breath of the Wild. I mean, Link from Breath of the Wild.
Zelda.
It's one of them.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got the shirt.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Let's see.
A bunch
Vizio
of ponies
TV.
up there. We got lots of DVDs.
Got the fire alarm
We
or
got
smoke
Wait, was that the
detector.
Skyward Sword shirt?
Is it the Skyward Short shirt?
It might be the Skyward Sword
Oh, it
shirt
might
because
be.
it looks a bit different.
Whoa.
Well,
nice.
it was not game accurate, but it was cool. It is cool. Nice. And I think, yeah, that is the end of our roll.
I just saw someone say Goonies references are too old for this panel or audience, and then I realized it was Scott. Thornwing in the house. Was that it? Hi, Scott.
It was Scott Thornberry.
Scott. Marianne. Marianne, precious. Marianne.
Nigel
God.
having sex with Marianne, though, that'd be
Why
awful.
are you the way you are?
You gong, 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 gongs.
That's the sound he makes.
Well, yeah, but I want to see the face that he makes with his big teeth.
Those are mermaids. They're manatees.
They're two gongs!
Oh yeah, it's the fuck. It's two gongs.
You fucked up.
I messed up.
It's all right. I misquoted. I said that I misquoted SpongeBob earlier on one of the more.
I want to dress up as the chocolate fish next year and just scream at children.
What?
Did you say chocolate?
You want to do what?
Chocolate?
Oh!
Chocolate!
Oh, okay.
Chocolate! Just scream and chase children down.
That
I'll
did
get
not
many
connect.
internet points.
Saberspark was arrested this evening for chasing down
Well,
children.
bad news today.
All bad news today. A Saberspark was murdered.
So, speaking of Halloween stories, I have one from last night. So, because Sarah was out of town and my little sister wasn't willing to go around with me, I didn't do what I love doing, which is going around seeing all the houses. And, walking around in I dress up and whatnot, but I was like, well, fine. So I decided instead to get myself a chili cheese burger. And I'm like, this is a good way to do it. And I witnessed one of the most, awkward interactions I've ever seen at a fast food place.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, like this person was so awkward, it was embarrassing. And I'm like, I have to tell people about this. All right. So, do you guys have Tommy's Burgers, by the way?
No.
Okay, so it's a at least a fast food joint out here.
We don't have fast food restaurants down here in the South.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
yeah. So
That's more of an institution of religion.
so we're at Tommy's, or I'm at Tommy's. I was there by myself, and so essentially what happened was I go to order my food, and I'm looking, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna get, and for me, you could take me literally to a place that has 2 things on the menu, and it'll take me 5 minutes to figure out what I want to eat. And so the guy is like, "Is this your first time here?" And I'm like, "Oh no, this is how I always am when I order." And he's like, "Oh, okay, all right, well, whenever you're ready." So I order. I get myself a double chili cheeseburger, chili cheese fries, and a drink. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right. And so I go to get my drink, and there's not a lot of people there. And then I hear them call my number 17. They call it out. And I walk up to the counter, and I don't know who called the number, but it sounded like someone in the back. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll wait here. And the only things that are on the counter is this display. For some reason, they have this display for the takeout food. Mm-hmm. And then they have it's the cashier screen and whatnot. And the guy's just kind of leaning up and just kind of looking at me. And I'm kind of looking at the menu and looking in the back, waiting for my food. And the guy's just staring at me the whole time. And I glance down, and I'm kind of just like, all right, whatever the hell's going on here. And I look at him and I go, so 17, huh? And he's like, yeah. All right. So I'm just sitting there some more. And at this point, he's like looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? And he's like, is there something I can help you with? Like, do you need sauce or anything? And I glanced down again at the to-go display and realize that for my whole 45 seconds of standing there awkwardly not saying anything, my food's been sitting right in front of me the whole time. I was the fucking awkward person that just walked up to the counter and was just like, oh yeah, okay,
You did it.
yeah, and he's like,
number 17.
17. I was like, oh my fucking god. I was laughing so hard when I left because I'm like, I was that guy that I usually laugh at. That was like, wow, that person has some pretty bad social skills. And this guy's literally stared at me like, please leave. Why are you here? Why aren't you walking away? So yeah, I was the awkward person last night. I was like, oh, my food. But I laughed. It was I found it pretty funny. That's my Halloween story. That's as good as my Halloween.
That's it?
What do you mean that's it? I also wore my Judy Hopps hat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool, I guess.
What were you dressed up as?
I didn't have to dress up. I'm 30 years old. I give up.
I'm not 30 yet.
Tomorrow you will be.
Neither am I.
I have.
I still got a month and a half left.
I have 27 hours left. I have 27 hours left of enjoying the 20s of my life.
Yeah.
And then I move on to 30s. I turn 30 tomorrow.
Yep.
Yikes.
You sure do.
That is what I deducted, yes.
No, I'm just making sure that you did the math right. So
That's hard. I appreciate that you would help me.
And I know a lot of people are like, well, Race, we didn't want to send presents because that might come across as odd. But I want everyone to know that that's definitely not odd at all. If whatever you want. So you got me a present?
I did. Yeah. I gave it to him 3 weeks ago because I was going to be leaving for Texas. I got him a couple of shadow boxes to put his Zootopia pins in, and I displayed them for him.
Yeah, and I was like, because otherwise they've just been in a drawer waiting.
Yep.
Waiting
For
What?
nothing to
I've been waiting.
For a Hirosashii like you. Oh. Yep. So, any other Halloween stories?
Nope, that's it, man. It was
Yeah.
uneventful as fuck, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that could be just as much of a good thing. I at least had chili and cheese, so it was also very exciting after dinner too.
Great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
He pooped all over the bed. Apparently it means fecal.
Wait. Novi Galaxy in the chat says, when I was
Fecal
giving out
means you don't wash your behind. I'm like,
when I was giving out candy to little kids, one little girl asked me, "Are you my mom's mom?" And I'm just like, "What? I'm only 21."
Kids versus parents.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So we're gonna go into Q&A.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and wrap this up at 7:30. So that gives us about 21 minutes to go through some Q&As, and then lets everyone get back to their Thursday evening. So we already had a question submitted, but like we mentioned, if you submit your question through Super Chat, your question becomes a priority. Everyone else that is submitting their questions on Twitter, we'll try to get through as many of those as we can.
All right, so the question that was submitted to us.
Thank
via
you,
Super
Tim.
Chat. Thank you, Tim Whitfield. Any of you played Humongous Entertainment Games?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to Google this.
You don't know what humongous entertainment games are?
I'm
They
only
made like
okay.
the putt-putt things.
Well,
Wait,
yeah.
is that?
Wait, stop. You misspelled humongous, and I want to read what popped up. Humongous the god. Humongous fungus. How do you beat that?
I don't know.
Humongous fungus.
Entertainment. Oh yeah, they are the people that did Putt-Putt.
And
I fucking
Freddy the
played that
Fish?
shit all the time as a kid.
Freddy
and I
Fish?
owned Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo on Steam, and I tried streaming it, but it didn't work.
I
out.
tried playing this. Is that Fox game? I think I tried playing that,
yeah.
and I never got anywhere.
Spy Fox.
Putt-Putt was...
Putt-Putt Saves
Did
the
anyone
Zoo.
play the one where it's like the groundhog guy, and you get to click stuff all over the place? What was his name? He had... It was like a...
Was it Fatty Bear?
No, it was a groundhog thing. It was a
let's see.
storybook character. I don't think he was part of these.
Okay, yeah, probably not. I don't know.
But it's just like all you do. Your whole point of it was to click around the screen and find stuff to click. And if you
Yeah.
click the right stuff, then something will pop out from behind.
Oh.
And dim bones can dance.
Alrighty. Cool.
Alright.
But yes, I played the shit out of Putt-Putt. I don't think I played any of these other ones. Like Freddy Fish, I didn't play. I didn't play Pajama Sam. Fuck those. Putt-Putt was my jam. I played a lot of Putt-Putt.
Spy Fox. Click Spy Fox. I want to see this guy.
Yeah, okay.
Because Spy Fox was a game I think I tried playing once. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, just scroll over the... There you go.
Yeah, I think I tried playing this once, and I was like, I wasn't enough of a furry back in the day. So...
What?
Back in the day?
What? Yeah, what? What do you mean? Huh? Where's your confusion?
What does that make today?
Yeah, what is that to make today?
The expression back in the day means when I was a child, you guys. I'm confused that both of you are on the same page with your confusion here.
Or jokes. I don't know.
We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Do your thing.
I honestly was probably what you would consider a furry back in the day too, because I liked movies with animals. All right.
Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo was my favorite. I played that one all the time.
Hey, it's nice to meet ya. You don't like to see ya, cause you're gonna yap.
They've got a weird theme song in the
It's
front of
great because they literally have a whole lyric in it where it sounds like somebody ran out of ideas and was
it. Yeah,
literally
like,
just wrote
there's
that
a
in.
lyric where they admit, like, they
I haven't wrote this
run out of-
verse yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to the zoo. Zoo. With the kangaroo, roo, and the tigers too. Welcome to the zoo.
Oh yeah, y'all. I can see why y'all are getting married.
You can. Thank you. That's the nicest thing. Thank you. No, you were able to take pictures in Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. Although my childhood belonged to Putt Putt Goes to the Moon, which was a much more depressing game than
Yeah,
Putt
Putt
Putt.
Putt Saves the Zoo did camera mode before any of these other modern
Putt
games
Putt,
did.
yeah, Putt Putt Saves the Zoo was way ahead of BioShock. It was like, no.
I don't think BioShock has a camera mode. Oh wait, well it has a camera mechanic, I guess. Shit.
Like what?
But I'm talking about the modern games where like you go into a different mode entirely, separate from the game mechanics.
I hear you. No, so Putt Putt Saves the Zoo, for anyone that had never played it, it's a game where you follow this. It's basically Cars Land, except animals exist too.
Yeah.
And I said Cars Land. I meant to say Cars Universe.
You have to save all of the baby animals.
You have to find them all. You go through all the zoo. It's a huge freaking zoo, and they have like cheese snacks, which I snack the hell out of.
Yeah.
All the time because the character could eat them anyways. So it was such a bright and kind of cheery game, even though the whole point of what you were doing was finding these lost baby animals. Yeah. But Putt Putt Goes to the Moon was a game that came out before this, and it was so, like, my memory just remembers it being so depressing. Like, I'll just read this. This is the plot for Putt Putt Goes to the Moon. A freak accident at the fireworks factory caused by Putt Putt's excited dog Pep launches the both of them into outer space. Putt Putt lands on the moon, and with the help of the lonely moon buggy rover, he procures rocket parts and glowing moon crystals to purchase the rocket and fly back to Earth. This moon buggy rover is literally, it's supposed to be like, you know, a space car that you know was up on the moon that astronauts would drive around, like that got left behind.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this sucks.
I guess I'm living on the moon.
Yeah, it's weird because like the whole space aesthetic just makes you feel really lonely and yeah, it just.
Did anybody else play any of these games? Because I feel like me and Jeffrey have done a lot of talking.
Did you guys putt?
I'm familiar with them, but I've never played them.
Okay.
You missed childhood opportunities, guys. Tisk tisk task. Good. Well, Sarah, shall we move into? All right, some more cues.
No,
you scrolled down way too far.
What?
You scrolled down way too far.
Technically, we did start.
Yes, we have.
That was real, wasn't it? Let's see here. We'll start with Anime Guy 01 saying Ciderfest was an amazing time this year, including so much music, including Black Griffin and Michelle Creever. My question is, what's your favorite song those two have done?
What's the one with the lot of monsters or whatever?
I enjoyed. Wait, no. Was
Hi,
that
Matt.
thing of hi?
Hello,
Hi, Matt.
We've seen this boy in a while.
How long have you been here?
Since your discussion of Putt Putt, I just wanted to see how
God.
long until someone. I wanted to see how long until it took someone to notice that I was here.
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Okay. All right, Michelle.
I think their
Creever,
cover of
Black
Beat It
Creever.
was amusing, particularly the way Animated James took care of the video of it.
I feel like that's
Well,
the
that-
only one I've
you-
listened to.
So they did a Beat It cover, which Animated James, I think, made that video completely unwarranted. By the way, like that wasn't something that like they hired James to do.
Yeah.
I think James.
No, I
was
think
like,
he just did it as a fan thing.
Yeah, which was awesome.
It was awesome too.
I enjoyed their, like, as corny, and that's part of what I love about it is they did the Tweet It
Yeah.
song, which a lot of us, I helped actually do a lot of filming for that.
Yeah.
So that was fun too. Sarah, what's your favorite song from Black Griffin and Michelle Creever?
I don't know, because I think Beat It is probably the only one that I've heard
Do you know?
that both of them have sang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
There's
Oh yeah, that's
Which
Getting
one?
Stronger. That's the name of the
Oh,
one.
Getting Stronger. Mm.
I like the one. Oh God, let me see if I can find it. I actually didn't know that Black Griffin was even a singer. I thought he was an animator.
Truth be told, I think it was just a one-off.
I
He's
thought
thing.
he was a
everything.
reactor.
He's everything.
I thought he was just black.
We're getting a couple of people in the chat saying Equality was their favorite.
Griffin.
Sight Unseen is my favorite song.
Oh yeah, Silent Sea's great. I love that one.
That one's really
That's
good.
not Michelle and Gabe though.
Yeah.
If it's just Gabe, then beep beep like a sheep.
yeah,
That
It
song
was.
is mad catchy.
Oh no,
guys.
no, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
he
My
did a good
answer-
job.
I know what you're gonna say, Saber.
It's No Mercy. Maybe I'll be Winston. I'm already Winston. Maybe I'll be- I'm a meme. Nerf memes. Should have been cringy. Why did I create a Tombstone song? They've become a fucking meme. I love it.
What is memes, precious? What is memes?
All right, we got Jazz King getting deep with his question. What do you guys think is the best and worst thing humanity has ever made?
It does have to be
Like
one thing that's both.
simultaneously.
Yeah, is it? I want us
No,
to.
I think
no.
I mean,
list
it-
one
it-
best
it-
thing and
Let's
one
challenge
worst
ourselves and make it simultaneous.
Let's challenge ourselves.
Thing. Best and
If
worst.
it's both, I'm gonna say dynamite.
Atomic bomb. Or nukes in general.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say candy.
How were they the best?
They are an amazing advancement in technology.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll get to you.
You know what the best and worst thing is actually like social media.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really erring on the side of the worst.
I'm still waiting to see how that's a benefit.
Yeah, because it's the best because it's like very easy to get like anything out there as far as like content goes to easily reach to anybody around the world.
Yeah.
But it's also the worst because it brings out the worst people.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Yep.
And it also brings out the worst people.
I think the best and worst thing that humanity has ever made is nature.
What do you say? Fucking like.
Isn't the best and worst thing nature ever made is man?
No.
Wow.
Man.
Truly woke.
Man-made.
I will. Hero, the next time I see you, I'm going to slap you upside the head for that.
Does anybody else have an answer for that one?
Those are all...
And we can actually answer it the way it was intended to be answered now.
Oh,
Okay.
so what is the best thing that humanity has ever made?
What's the question?
Zootopia.
What's the best thing that
Sliced
humanity has
bread.
made?
You're gonna...
The best-
Oh, you of all people is gonna say
You-
sliced bread?
I enjoy gluten-free sliced bread.
Okay. I mean, that is
the
a
best
pretty...
thing humanity has ever created.
Microwave burritos.
I feel like we're really
Man.
aiming low, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what? As sappy as it
Disneyland.
is, music. Music's so important.
Yeah.
Well said, Hero. Well
is
said.
nobody gonna say Rule 34?
For the best or the worst?
That is pretty. That is pretty great.
The best.
Wow.
Best and worst thing. Wow, that is a best and worst thing.
Yeah.
It was the best of porn, it was the worst of porn.
Okay. Let's see. We've
Glad
got
I joined for an intellectual hour.
Oziel.
It's a Shakespeare quote.
Oziel asks, I know it sounds predictable, but who's afraid of clowns?
Jack's Blade.
Jack's Blade.
Yeah, he is.
I'm
I
not
like how quickly
like,
you said that.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone more
Yeah.
afraid of clowns than
Yeah.
Jack's Blade. Which is funny, because he loves, like, slasher films and all this stuff, and then he's like, no clowns.
I think the only clowns that I like are the Cirque du Soleil sort of clowns. Which, my first experience with Cirque du Soleil clowns, they were scary at first, but then, like, they were pretty chill dudes by the end of the show.
I'm not scared of cats. I just don't want them to touch me. Like, just don't
Yeah.
do that.
That kind of goes with just about anyone.
Just about any.
Yeah.
It's like, it's mostly to do with how they do the face paint. Like Cirque du Soleil clowns, I think there was only one show where they looked like stereotypical clowns, and those were the ones where I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. But like some of the other clowns, they look not as like stereotypical of like the smile painted on the face and like the diamond or the triangles under and above the eyes, the weird, I don't know.
I don't get
face paint's
why
weird.
people are so afraid of clowns.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Because there's like a big group of people.
because there's like so many horror movies that have probably maybe messed people up in their childhoods and they retain it. And,
The movie It just ruined it for everybody.
well, there's
It
it,
just ruined it.
I mean, except for Tim Curry fans.
and then there's like
Yeah.
those people that are going around in clown costumes like at night.
If I ever had advice for people, which is not anything I ever would do, but I just would not recommend anyone ever being like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to prank people and scare the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, someday someone's going to get shot. And it's...
Oh, I have a little story. On the news, I was watching. Apparently, someone in Texas, dressed up as a clown and like he went up to a car door where a kid was and like tried to open the door and stuff. It ended up that this person was completely like just like trying to drum up business for his Halloween shop, but like I'm like, I hope you were fired. Because like to go up to someone's car and like try to open their passenger door, that's not good.
See, but I try to figure out like what's the end game. Like, let's say the door opened. Like, does he just awkwardly walk away? Like, oh.
Yes.
He'll probably like pretend to like, you know, I don't know. He had like a machete or like a fake machete or something. Probably pretend to like hurt the kid. And
If somebody went that far, we're gonna have some problems. I'm gonna actually probably fight you.
Yeah.
Like, if it's just a clown opening my door, I'd be like, that was scary, good one. As soon as I see that machete, we are fucking fighting.
But yeah, like it ended up being just a dude that was like trying to drum up local business, and I'm just like,
It's
what a horrible
it's probably
way to do
his business, so he probably didn't get fired.
it, I guess.
He probably just didn't get any business.
What
either.
was his business?
He got put in jail. Like it was a Halloween store. I don't know.
What business was he gonna get after Halloween? Oh wait, he was doing this
During Halloween. Like, well, maybe before.
Maybe it was before.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I
maybe
mean,
before.
isn't after Halloween the best time to go shopping for a costume for next year?
Depends on how big you're growing. Or how fast I'm at.
Yeah, that is true for kids.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well,
I guess if
and
you're a
also for
teenager or
adults.
something like that, yeah.
Well, I guess.
Growing which way? Which way, Grace?
Sideways.
Because if I get any taller, I'm gonna hit my head on doors.
As
alright.
if you don't already.
We've got Pixie asking a question. So recently got into Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max. Man, that's a mouthful. Something it made me realize is why so many people use fight sticks. Inputting combos on a controller is painful. Are there any moments in your life where you went,
I finally get it.
oh, I finally get
Or,
it,
ooh,
so
that's why they like
it. So
I
like
was
an
really
aha
hoping that'd be
moment.
a fighting game question.
It was not at all.
But still, Street Fighter Alpha 3 is really great. I love it.
Are there any moments in your life where you're like, I finally get it, or oh, that's why they like it? I
You
don't
know,
Yeah.
there's scenarios I'm thinking of, but none of them are ones I could probably discuss here.
Yeah.
When I installed an SSD, I was like, oh, that's why they're good. You boot up immediately.
I'm sure there is one. It's probably all rhythm game based.
For some reason, I feel like there's something at the tip of my tongue here.
I know. I know there's some things like that are like that. I just can't think of them.
You know what? One thing, honestly, before I ever knew what they were or like had a chance to experience, cheese curds sounded so disgusting to me. I was like,
Really?
And now you get it.
Just cheese curds. Like, I honestly thought it was just like cottage cheese, but like maybe just that sat out for a few days, and I don't know. Cheese curds. I was like, oh. And then I finally went and had cheese curds.
And you understand.
And then I got
It's
it. I went,
delicious.
ooh, so that's why they like it.
Oh, you know what? Mushrooms. interestingly enough. I hated mushrooms for a long time, and then just one time they put them on my sandwich, and I didn't ask for them. Then I ate it. I was like, what? These are weird. They are the weirdest food, in my opinion. They're so weird, but I love them. The texture is so good.
You're welcome to have all of mine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a mushroom guy either.
I just
primarily
I think
for
if
the
they're done
texture.
a certain way, I'm fine with them. I don't think by themselves.
By themselves, that's weird. I wouldn't like I'm eating an orange
Like
or
if
something.
they're in a
just
sort of ragu kind of thing, I'm okay with.
Ragu.
They're in some sort of like sauce or stew. I'm a-okay with.
Right. Yeah. It needs to be in a liquidous thing.
Yeah.
Is anyone here aware of who Magical Trevor was? Do you guys? Do you remember Magical Trevor? Everyone loves Magical Trevor for the things that he does, or ever so clever.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at
I
him now.
do.
Disappearing. That was like right in that era of the internet where oh crap, what's it called? Now I'm forgetting the name of the website. Yeah, it was like right in that era, but it was on a looped site wherever they hosted this video, so you could literally just have it play for hours until it got completely out of sync.
Was it like YTMND on that?
It wasn't on YTMND. You're the man now, dog. But it was. They had a website. It was the same website, I believe, where they hosted like Salad Fingers.
Oh yeah.
That's Newgrounds.
Was it Newgrounds?
Yeah, that's Newgrounds.
Everyone loves. So I love how they're like, we're gonna make a sequel, and then they made like more of them.
Yeah.
But I literally listened to the Magical Trevor thing way too many times in a row. We probably have time for one more question.
Okay, so then let's
pick a really good one.
Okay, let's do this one. Nikki D asks, "Did any of you see the Nintendo Direct today? What were your thoughts?"
Okay, we're gonna ask one after this too.
Oh, okay.
Because I just saw another question that I'm like, oh, that's a good ender.
Oh, okay.
So Nintendo Direct.
Paleo and I.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it. So what's the haps?
I like it. Paleo, maybe.
I mean, I like it, but it's kind of underwhelming for me.
What is it for those of us that may not know, like myself?
Ultimate Smash news.
Yeah.
Is it?
Smash
did they
Ultimate
just give their whole lineup or all the details?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's still 5 more on the way as DLC for the next year.
Oh.
Which we don't know anything about yet.
That's a lot of people.
But yeah, there are 3 new characters. So Ken as an Echo Fighter of Ryu, from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Incineroar from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Which is a really weird choice.
Yeah.
And the weirdest one where everybody was like, "What?" Piranha Plant.
Oh.
For Mario.
Just a Piranha Plant for Mario.
He looks kind of fun though.
All right.
Yeah, he does look fun.
That sounds fun.
It's just that it was like kind of like underwhelming after everything, especially like. So I actually like really feel bad for people who wanted Waluigi now because like out of every Mario character, you chose the common enemy.
Yeah.
and not just any common enemy, but a plant.
A potted plant.
I'm curious to see. Yeah, a pipe plant.
For me, I enjoyed the Direct for a lot of reasons, but specifically the reason that made me go like, ooh, is because I play collecting games. I like the competitive scene. When they were discussing how online ranked was going to work, they're like, there's this mode that only like the tippity top players get into, called like, what is it, Elite Brawl or something like that?
Yeah.
Some Elite ranked, and they're going to look at the outcomes of those ranks or ranked matches to decide balance on the characters in the future. They're like, we'll pay specific attention to these matches. I was like, ooh, balance in a game with soon to be 80 characters. That's impossible.
Yeah, good luck.
It's just impossible. But
so we actually have
super chat.
A super chat just came in the nick of time from Oziel asking, did you here they're making a Courage the Cowardly Dog prequel.
They're making a Courage prequel.
That's technically what it
So Courage the Cowardly Dog is apparently getting a prequel.
I did not, but I'm keen to see what they do.
Stupid dog.
I'm reading a
Boogie,
article.
boogie, boogie.
A prequel series to Cartoon Network's Courage the Cowardly Dog is currently in the works for Boomerang, according to the show's creator. He wrote, to all our Courage fans, I'm deeply moved by the love for our show. I'm grateful that our talented team was able to do some good in the world. I have promising news. We are expecting to begin development on a potential prequel to Courage the Cowardly Dog titled Before Courage for Boomerang. Stay tuned for more. Which, this is really interesting to me because, like, is Courage going to be in it?
Before Courage.
But I feel like the whole thing is, like, the whole appeal for Courage the Cowardly Dog, like, revolved around Courage. So I can only imagine that, like, this is a story of how Miriam and Angry Man... Muriel.
Eustace.
Yes, and Eustace came to find... Yes, Windows, thank you. Stop.
Oh, that's what
It's
that is.
making noise. But yeah, interesting. It's. I want to hear more. Thanks, Windows. Sorry, you're gonna probably hear that a few more times. It really likes to.
What the heck?
It keeps dinging. I hate it.
Your computer thinks you need to know things immediately.
Well, sir, should we hit up the last question?
Or
was there more you wanted to?
No.
All right. Last question. This is for everybody. It's from Nora. It was specifically.
Hi, Nora.
It was specifically meant for Saberspark, but I'm gonna extend it to everybody.
Okay.
Saber, what's your favorite kind of candy?
Are we like Are we talking Halloween candy, like the stuff you find in the stores, or like anything out to marzipan and beyond?
Isn't Halloween candy any candy?
Let's keep it the traditional store candy. Let's keep it.
I like peanut butter cups.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Fucking Snicker bars, man, or Milky Ways.
Twix.
Milky Ways are good.
Twix
I
are
love
my
Twix.
favorite.
Exactly one Twix. Not two. One. One Twix is so good.
You horrible person.
Once you get to the second one, you're like, eh.
Oh, hang on.
I'm good.
I have a follow-up question once everyone's had their say.
Okay.
Those are all like chocolate, like bar sort of things. Like, what about hard candies? Man, I like Jolly Ranchers.
I was gonna say I also like Rolos, but hard candy.
Necco wafers.
Or not hard candy, but like non-chocolate candy.
Non-chocolate.
My friends actually give me so much flack for it. I don't know why. They're like, you're an old man. Whoppers? Those things, I will eat them like all day.
Oh yeah, Whoppers are good.
Day.
I like sour candy. Like I love really.
Me
good
too.
Sour
I love sour candy.
They're very tasty.
So yeah, I don't know if I always appreciate a good like sour head candy that hits you right on the right spot on the tongue, and you're just like,
yeah.
Wow.
What are your thoughts on Kit Kats and how to eat
They
them?
are so okay. Oh, how to eat them?
I love them, and I eat them sideways.
I eat them the way that the church was recommended.
The way that God intended.
I sometimes I'll eat all the chocolate off, and then I'll bite each wafer part of the Kit Kat.
Me too.
And eat them by layer.
What?
I do that too.
How do you do that?
You
nibble at it.
You slide off a layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like foreplay,
It's
but
pretty
with candy.
He's not even wrong. Like he's really not.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
I've never put that way before, but yeah.
I would never put it that way, but it's so accurate.
You're doing what now? How did you describe it?
Foreplay,
It's like
but
foreplay,
with
but with candy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the right
So
way
you
to
ju-
eat a
you-
Kit Kat.
You just slowly nibble off the chocolate around the edges, and then you work your way down into the layers one by one. You just slide the wafers apart,
With your...
thus prolonging the enjoyment.
Yep.
Heathens.
How do you eat yours, Paleo?
the way that God intended.
Do you
What, you mean
break them
one-
up though?
Like one, in
Breaking
like one full
at a
bar?
time.
Well, yeah, we break them up. Like it's wrong to just take a bite out of like a row of 4, unless you have like
Yeah,
8
but I
Kit
break one
Kats.
off, bite into it, and then eat it. Yeah.
Is that how you foreplay?
I break one off.
Alright,
I'm not
that's
judging
the
you.
Semi Perfect Podcast. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out. Stay tuned. We're anticipating that our next podcast is actually going to take place Monday, November 11th. No, 12th. November 12th.
Yeah.
We will properly have... So when we started this podcast, it was unlisted for some reason, so that shouldn't be an issue next time.
Yeah.
But, yep, so we're going to be calling it an end of the podcast there. Thank you so much for our live audience showing up, asking questions, and, of course, interacting with us throughout the podcast.
Thank you for submitting your Halloween costumes.
Yep, loved the costumes, liked the food posts, and, again, thank you to
Tim Whitfield and Oziel for your super chats.
Thank you very much. And, of course, to the live podcasters here, thank you all for joining us here. Hope you all had a happy Halloween. We will see you the week of our wedding. Oh. So we'll see you guys then. And yeah, I just one last note, and I might post actually something more public. I've been discussing it enough, so I imagine enough people know about it. But in the works, and anticipated to have been released almost a month ago at this point, was the Bronies React to the MLP movie. That is still something that's going to be released. I don't have a release date for it just because of all the things that were going on the personal side, and life kind of came in the way of a lot of that stuff. So I might not have anything coming out on my channel for a bit because our wedding is quickly approaching, and then after that is a honeymoon. But following all of that stuff, come the new year, I am hoping to at least have 2, if not maybe 3, reacts, not in the works at the same time, but that I'd probably like to hit up. So just wanted to point that out to everybody. But thank you for your patience. They will be coming. And I hope you all have a good night.
Good night, them ponies.
Yeah.
Nah, never mind.
Process.